Hey everybody, it's Michelle and I am outside of the meadow again today. I told you that I would sneak over to Mom's backyard and give you a little tour of her secret garden. Let's see what's growing on here at Mom's. Hi everyone, I'm Michelle and welcome back to my meadow. I'm gardening in Zone 9A in Northeast Florida. I'm not an expert gardener, but I love showing you the good, the bad, and the ugly and embracing the imperfection that learning to garden has to offer. One of the things that's really kind of fun to see at Mom's is that she has planted around the perimeter all of these different kinds of fruit trees. She has Asian pears and regular pears and peaches and a variety of other fruit. Even though she is in a small property, she has taken advantage of the perimeter. And she even has a volunteer loquat here that the birds were kind enough to plant for her. Mom's primary garden is now underneath this cover. This was an old carport and we have used it in the past to create shade cloth. We have created a greenhouse with it, and now it just serves as a structure that allows us to do different things with the plant. If we look over here, Mom has just finished mulching all this in and moving more fruit trees in over here. I really love how this looks. It makes it easier. She doesn't have to mow down here, and she's got lots of pretties all along the way. Her marigolds are loving life. We have been eating off of this tree for years and years and years. It is a blood orange tree. Mom expanded her garden down this way. This used to be a little trellis system here, but she's moved more of her fruit trees down in this area. And she's kind of working on making it a little settee area. Here's the other end of that garden, and we'll just take a quick walk through here. I mean, there's succulents, there's house plants in here, there's edibles. She's got a little bit of everything. We got some zinnias growing back there. Here's an eggplant. She has radishes, the daikon radish like you use in Asian cooking. There's peppers. She's got banana plants, even some ginger I see, or turmeric coming up right there. And if we come back through on this side, she has a number of fruit trees in here that are still in containers. Most of her fruit trees are in containers except what is along the fence line. She's got marigolds in here along with her peppers. I can see one right there. And there's some basil back there. I see a blueberry, and this is a pomegranate. Her squash is pretty happy. She said there's some down in here. I'll have to peek around and see if I can find some. There are some females forming right down there. Some more taro, and here is some mint. This is the mother mint for the mint I have back at my house. Then over here she has two beds that she installed about the same time that I did my Vigo and Birdie's beds. You can take a look at that little corrugated action here. It's not a bad bed, but it's definitely not as sturdy as what you get when you're looking at a Vigo or a Birdie's bed. Her peas are in here. She started them and they took off, and she was going to transplant them out, and here's what we're left with. It's a-okay. She's got a nice batch of tomatoes over there. Her lettuce has started bolting, but the kale, amazingly, is doing really, really well. And I did taste test some of these tomatoes. Delicious. Hey puppy, say hello. Say hello. Hi. Over in this bed, she has some Asian vegetables for stir fry, as well as onions. I see some dill down here and even some basil. Yummy. Looks like we got some squash going right up here. This is probably loofah headed up to the top. And then she has used a cattle panel that's been cut into sections, and she puts it on top with pipe. All this is reclaimed materials, and she just turns it into really cool stuff. You can probably see the little pipes here that she has. In the winter, those make it a little greenhouse, make things a little nicer. And this is a new addition this year, so I almost forgot. She put together more cattle panel trellises like so, and she bent them over between the building and the other plant. You can see she's using the top to do some hanging plants. And then down below she has squash planted down here. Actually, that could be cucumbers now that I think about it. And so she's got this little area here where she's really just expanding all of the things that she's growing. She's really tucking it into any little place that she can. And she just gets out here and has a great time, and I love it. It makes me really excited. We call her and she's out in the garden, and it just makes her really happy. Finally, down here we have some Malabar spinach growing up nicely. On more reclaimed materials, we got this out of a construction pile that was being thrown away, and even finding some old fencing. So you can see the encouragement and inspiration for me to get out in the garden. Mom teaches me a lot about gardening, and she is willing to take risks and try things out in the garden, and we get to learn together. I'd be remiss if I did not show you what's growing on in the greenhouse. And Mom has this really cool cart. In a future video, I want to compare her cart to mine. I think I like hers better. And just like with my greenhouse, we are already starting to see holes form in this one. So definitely not designed to be up for more than a few months at a time, at least not in the Florida heat. And over here are pineapple guava that she is getting ready to plant out along her fence line. And of course, if you watched the last video I made over here, I installed this Beaver raised garden bed with trellis. It took a tumble in the big winds that we have. It is okay. This could be tightened up a little bit. And I noticed after I posted my community post, the wood did crack, but it did fall backwards off of the porch. But we had some really, really strong winds. I can't blame this post for that. The stuff in my yard blew around too. So it's still in good shape. The wood didn't break. So I would call that a win. If you like this content, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to know more about what's happening in my crazy little garden, or anytime I sneak out of the meadow, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Until next time, my friends, remember to drink plenty of water, wear that high quality sunscreen, and as always, have a fantastic day. Are you the guardian? Aw. Say hi. Hi. Yes, I am. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. He keeps a good eye on things around here.